Beard.
Hello and welcome to The Conversation. This is episode 263, and today we preview WWE Extreme Rules 2015. My name is Garvin, and with us tonight is Joe. Say hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
And Nick. Say hello, Nick.
Hello, Nick.
All right, guys. Extreme Rules is happening this Sunday, April 26, 2015. It's going to happen in the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Indiana. Is that correct? Is it Illinois? Shit.
That's what I was wondering, because I saw that and then thought, wait, why is it a Chicago street fight?
Right, that's where my mind just went. Is it Illinois?
Illinois.
Okay.
It's Illinois.
Rosemont, Illinois. We're going to keep that in there. So here's the official card. Let's just run it down. And then we'll go through each match as we normally do. Your kickoff match is Cesaro and Kid versus The New Day. The New Day for the Tag Team Championships. You've got Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper in a Chicago street fight. Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus in a Kiss My Arse match. Roman Reigns versus Big Show in a Last Man Standing match. Nikki Bella versus Paige for the Divas Championship. John Cena versus Rusev for the U.S. Championship in a Russian chain match. Both will be tied together by a chain. And Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins versus Orton for the WWE Championship in a steel cage match. And Kane has been added as your special guest referee.
And don't forget that the RKO is banned.
Yeah. RKO is banned. And I said special guest referee, special guest enforcer. Really, it's the special guest, quote unquote, gatekeeper. So let's see if he can keep the gate closed or something. I don't know.
Let's see if we can guardian that gate.
Yeah. So
The gates of hell.
Overall, we've got 8 matches on this card as it stands right now. I can't imagine anything else is going to be added to it. So let's just go ahead and run down from top or from bottom to top. Your kickoff, Cesaro and Kid versus The New Day for the Tag Team Championships. What's your thoughts on this match and who you got?
I think this is a great way to kick off. I hate the fact that tag team matches always get relegated to the kickoff match, the tag team title. I mean, that's the home for the tag team titles now. That's a bummer because tag team matches are awesome.
Sure, but at the same time, I mean, like, what else would you put there that would share that same excitement? Just looking at the card.
Ziggler versus Sheamus.
Fight.
Okay, well, I didn't really have a match that I would put there.
Well, sucks to be you, but we've got it down.
Maybe a non-title match would be better, but
yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
But I mean, Cesaro and Kid versus New Day. I love the fact the New Day are getting more momentum.
Yeah.
Especially with New Day sucks. New Day sucks. Cesaro and Kid have been on a roll, and while they're extremely talented and great to watch, I don't feel that the fan base is necessarily behind them as a team. So I could see them splitting ways, or just continuing on. This thing could end in a DQ, but with the New Day and they're starting to pick up some cheating ways, I'm excited for this, and I'm going to say the New Day are going to win.
yeah, I'm completely with you, Joe. With this new heel turn, I can't see that just going to waste, not against Cesaro and Kid. Like you said, they've been lacking some momentum, lacking some edge. And I think they need to get that back before they really start hitting their stride. With the New Day, you've got the heel turn, you've got them really feeding into the whole New Day sucks gimmick. And yeah, I think that's just a natural progression for them to take. Plus, I can see them building up a feud with the Lucha Dragons afterward once you get the obligatory rematch out of the way. Because, yeah, obviously the Lucha Dragons got screwed when Xavier Woods kept Sin Cara out of the ring. And, yeah, that's just a really interesting match to see. I love that pairing.
I'm really torn on this because, I mean, what you guys are saying makes complete sense to me. But the idea that Cesaro and Kid are going to get split up bothers me, because this goes back to the whole Vince McMahon saying that guys like Cesaro just can't get over. But we have seen a decline of people getting involved in Cesaro matches as far as the crowd goes. I mean, I think we're still very pleased with what Cesaro is doing, but as far as like the vocal crowd, we're generally behind, or at least behind the idea of booing the opposing teams versus cheering Kid and Cesaro. And I don't know who that's attributed to, if that's Cesaro as an individual, or if that's Kid as an individual, or if that's just this combination of the two. To me, as I am, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with them, but I can objectively see that they aren't getting over like they probably should.
Yeah, with the whole booing the people you don't like rather than cheering the people you do, that's something inherent to the WWE.
Yeah.
Like any match John Cena's in, the chants are, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks." There's absolutely no mention of the other guy.
Right. Ever.
So, yeah. And as far as Cesaro and Kid go, I think they'll stick together personally, but yeah, there's just been no progression. They've gotten stuck in, well, they moved a little bit past the whole Natty and TJ can't stop fighting and Cesaro gets in the middle of it. But yeah, they're just stagnant right now. As great as the matches are, I want to see some progression out of them.
As far as the New Day goes, it does seem that where they are right now is a very good place. They are getting a reaction, and they're playing into that reaction. So, obviously the fans are more interested in saying the New Day sucks, which probably isn't what they wanted to begin with. But, just the fact that they're finally owning it and they're finally playing into it, I think we're going to see more of it. And that's a good thing. I mean, yes, it does mean that the New Day is going to have to be, heel, but I think anytime that you evolve a character based on the reactions they're getting, that's a good thing. That's something that seems to be very elementary when it comes to wrestling, but it's something that WWE doesn't always follow. So it's good to see them when they finally follow that, that formula. But I'm with you guys. I'm going to go with New Day as well. It does seem to be a good opportunity to push them to that level. There are interesting feuds that they can go into, especially with the Lucha Dragons, based on what happened this week on Raw. And just overall, I think overall that's a fun team that people are interested in. We might say we're interested in whatever Cesaro does, or we might say we're interested in Cesaro and Kid, but when you compare the two, New Day is getting the reactions that they're aiming for at this point.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I would love to see some Lucha Dragons versus Sin Cara and Kid. I think that could be some really fun matches.
Cesaro and Kid?
What did I say?
Sin Cara
and Kid. Bring back Mystico. Let's make it happen.
Well, here's the thing. With the wife being pregnant, I've also got Prego Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sympathy Prego Brain.
It's the sesame seeds on your pizza crust.
Yeah, I don't get it. But
okay, well, let's move on. Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper in a Chicago street fight. Joe, who you got?
Well, I definitely don't have the fans. I'm not a fan of the street fight because it's just a false count anywhere match but you have to be in street clothes. Both guys generally wear street clothes to the ring, so there's no factor there.
Sheamus doesn't. I'm sorry. My fault.
Oh, wrong match, brother. Wrong match, brother.
I may or may not have been drinking tonight. Go ahead, continue.
Well, you've always got a good reason. I think Ambrose is going to win this one because he needs a good win, because he really hasn't had a solid, meaningful win. I've been liking him versus Harper. I think they're working well together in their feud, and while I like Harper, I think they're going to give it to Dean Ambrose because he needs a win to keep going.
Yeah, I think I'm with you again on this one, Joe.
Quit copying me, Rob.
Oh, man. Yeah, Ambrose seems like the most likely candidate for victory here. I just don't see them giving Harper a serious push. Not when he's got what he's got going on right now. The long hair, the big bushy beard, the dirty tank top, the big honking bald spot on his head. I just don't think that's what WWE wants to push as gifted an athlete as Harper really is. Ambrose has the gimmick. He's got the nickname commentary gives him. He's got most of what the WWE is looking for in a guy, except maybe more muscles. So yeah, I think this is a good stepping stone for Ambrose on his way maybe back to a main event title picture.
I really hope so. I don't really understand. I don't really understand why things have gone the way that they've gone with both Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose. You look at the scene a year ago and it seemed like both of these guys were doing so well. Yes, they were attached to like the Shield or the Wyatt family, but like we had such high hopes for both of these guys. And to me, this match doesn't necessarily help either of them because it's not where they really belong. It's not really where we feel that they need to be, you know. It's not necessarily a title contention thing, but it's a win, a solid win for either of these two. And it seems like that's what we really haven't been getting on a consistent basis. I just don't get how we got to this point and with the feeling that neither are in a good position in the company. Like this again, if this was like a year ago when the Shield was still together or the Wyatt family was still together, this would be a highlight match. This would be a match that we would all be looking forward to. And I don't have that same feeling right now, just based on how both have been booked so poorly. But I'm going to go with Luke Harper winning just because, you know, overall Dean Ambrose has not picked up the big wins pretty much ever. It seems like he always gets the loss when we expect him to win. We've said many times this is a match that Dean Ambrose needs to win, and he normally does not win those matches. So I see this as no different. I see Luke Harper winning.
We also say that about Bray Wyatt too.
True.
The curse of the Wyatt family?
Really? Yeah.
Could be. I mean, where the hell's Rowan?
He's in catering with Slater.
Yep. He was sitting next to Heath Slater.
The meeting of the Gingers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus in a Kiss My Arse match.
Speaking of gingers.
Who is going to kiss whose arse?
I'm going to go with Luke Harper in this one. No, I'm kidding. I'm going with Dolph Ziggler in this one, only because I really don't see Ziggler kissing Sheamus's ass. And a lot of times when you have a match themed for somebody, so like in this instance, the Kiss My Arse match, that person usually loses. So I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler winning, and Sheamus is going to have a little more rage, and maybe Dolph will wipe Sheamus's stupid mohawk up his ass crack. I don't know.
See, Ziggler is so willing to sell for everything else that I think they approached him with this, and after a little internal shudder, he said, yeah, okay, anything to get me back in a title picture. Let's do this. So I think Sheamus is going to win.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nick. I have Sheamus winning. Sheamus coming back as a mega heel to then lose his first major match in a Kiss My Arse match. I just can't see. I mean, maybe he does lose, but the idea that the loser has to kiss the other guy's arse, I can't see that. I can't see Sheamus doing that. Something's going to happen. So I don't know. But I'm going to go with Sheamus. I just can't see him losing this. I see Dolph Ziggler getting knocked out with a bro kick and then Sheamus sitting on his face. And I probably won't watch this match, to be honest.
I mean, I can only go back to the Vince Kiss My Ass Club.
Right.
But I just don't see somebody like teabagging over somebody and just bearing some butthole sits on his face. Ugh.
I'm expecting some Rikishi shit.
Mm.
What was that?
Sorry. I'm just thinking that would be an okay idea. But again, I can't see how Rikishi would do that.
No. I'm not expecting him to come down to the ring and do that. I'm expecting like
Yokozuna to come down to the ring and do that.
Well, I would only expect Rikishi to do it if instead of Sheamus we had The Rock.
Because he did it for The Rock.
There we go. All right, Roman Reigns versus The Big Show in a last man standing match.
So we could have used Roman Reigns in this instance because, we're keeping in the family at least.
There's still one Uso left in action.
Say that again?
There's still one Uso left in action.
That's true. That is true. Okay, so anyone.
Is it Oos or O?
Oos?
I have no idea.
Oh.
All right, so real quick, anyone? Is there anyone that thinks Big Show is going to win this?
No.
Okay.
Not really, no.
Do you want to continue to talk about this match, or should we just move on from that? Because I'm.
Do you think? Well, here's the only question I want to ask: How bad of a spear do you think Big Show is going to attempt?
The worst.
Thank you. Okay, moving in.
Yeah,
I'd much rather watch Big Show commentate this match than wrestle this match. But
yeah, he's good on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be able to be a little more agile, and I don't think we're ever going to get that. Every time he comes back, he's like, oh, he's built and he looks good, and he's good for like 2 matches, and then I don't know, he seems to slow down a little bit. Maybe it's our perception. I don't know.
Well, no, it's definitely, we see the pictures of him like looking ripped, and then he comes back and he's the same Big Show, and it's like, oh, well.
And he's on the road and he gets bigger and bigger and slower.
Like, you look awesome, but you still wrestle like shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella versus Paige for the Divas Championship. And so there's a big question about this. We really didn't see Paige this week. Overall, the impression is that Paige is going to lose the spot. Naomi is going to take the spot based on how all of the segments have gone from Naomi as of late. So I don't know. First, I guess we should talk about, like, do they have this match and just put Naomi in, or are we going to get surprised and see Paige there, or what do you guys see happening with this match overall?
I think we're going to get Nikki Bella versus Paige, but I see Paige winning and Naomi just immediately beating on her to set up for the next pay-per-view.
See, I've been under the impression that since Paige has been ordered out of action because of her condition, that it was just a given we're getting Nikki versus Naomi. I think that's going to be the case, and I think Naomi's going to take the title away from Nikki.
Well, as of right now, and this may change by the time that you listen to this, but as of right now, oh shoot, it has changed. When did that change?
I don't know. When did it change?
It is Nikki Bella versus Naomi. When I prepared this about 2 hours ago, it was still Paige.
Then I'm going to change my vote to Naomi.
I am also going to go with Naomi.
Stop copying me, Rob.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Naomi. I mean, overall, I can see them staying with Nikki Bella, but just because of how strong Naomi has been and how big of a reaction, at least from the IWC, for Naomi, I can see them taking the chance to see what she can do.
So once she goes to fight Paige, I mean, after that, if Naomi retains, she can reignite her little feud with Natalya. There you go. Because they had that little bit of thing going when it was the Usos versus Cesaro and Kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? Overall, this opens up so many different storyline opportunities that I think if WWE is serious, which it's obvious that they're not, but if they were serious about the hashtag Give Divas a Chance, this would be it, because you've got so many opportunities to tell good stories in the ring and tell good stories out of the ring that, yeah, you have to do this. If they keep it with Nikki Bella, like, what's the point? What's the point of even having this match? So, yeah, I'm going to go with Naomi. Anything else?
It just seems like Nikki stopped caring. Is throughout that entire match with Naomi and Brie, it was, I mean, I know Nikki's usually monotone on the mic, but there was absolutely no emotion there. After the match was ended, Naomi's talking smack, and all Nikki does is look at her and then look down. And then she takes the headset off and she stands there, holds a belt up, and just stares.
I wish you would have died at birth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's basically my fail for the week. I'm tired of them putting the Bellas on commentary when they're so obviously terrible at it.
that's your fail of the week, not the fact that the Bellas want their own spin-off of Total Divas.
My understanding was we're keeping win-fail within the world of wrestling. And
I'm sorry.
On behalf of cleavage.
I'm sorry. Okay, so
I think that's part of the reason why she's checked out is she's just focusing on reality TV.
Totally. Which is a shame because, I mean, realistically, Nikki has improved a whole lot.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
and I don't know what Bree's attitude on this whole thing is. It seems like she's still somewhat invested, but
yeah,
I don't know.
All right, so we are all going with Naomi winning the Divas Championship. Now on to John Cena versus Rusev for the U.S. Championship in a Russian chain match. And just to clarify on the rules, both guys will be tied together by a chain, and they have to touch all four corners consecutively. So this is the type of match that we have not seen in a long time. I'm personally looking forward to it, but go ahead, Joe. What's your thoughts here?
Well, one, I think it would be a lot better if they would have taken like a sheet and tied them around the wrists and called it like an Iron Curtain match. That being said, I'm going with John Cena on this one. Unless Rusev comes out with the tank again, I just don't foresee Cena losing the U.S. Championship to Rusev. I just don't. I see Cena being beaten down, maybe get 3. Rusev fights back. Cena lifts him up and just carries him for the 4th corner.
I also think Cena will win. I'm really going out on a limb here and saying that John Cena wins. Actually, can you get DQ'd in this kind of match?
I don't see how.
Outside interference?
I'm guessing
because I'm
no.
beginning to think that Bray Wyatt is talking about Cena. And
again,
I have a hard time thinking that Rusev will lose clean here. So if Wyatt is talking about Cena and he interferes in the match, costs Rusev his opportunity, maybe we get Wyatt versus Rusev for a shot at the U.S. title.
Wyatt versus Rusev. Dag, yo.
Yeah, it would have to be for a shot at Cena, and Wyatt would only be fighting because Rusev will be going after him because he's pissed that he lost a shot. But yeah, again, I'm really going out on the limb here.
You are,
but
because I mean, there's nothing that specifies that in the rule set. But knowing that both will have a chain attached to each other, like their wrist, and are able to use that in any way, shape, or form, I can't see how outside interference would cause a disqualification.
Yeah, that's the biggest hole in this convoluted theory that I've come up with.
Well, I'm gonna oppose you guys.
Communist.
I don't think Cena's gonna win here. It's got to be Rusev for me at least. The thing is that I appreciate what John Cena has done for the U.S. Championship. As far as the open challenges, I think the open challenges have put the U.S. Championship in the spotlight that we have all felt that it deserved. But to really put it in the place that it needs to be, I feel like Rusev has to win it back and make it. Let me think of how I want to state this. It's just the fact that if Cena keeps winning, then this is no better than where we were before when it wasn't being defended. You might as well not defend this because it doesn't matter.
I mean, that's exactly it, though. We're not going to because it's Cena. Who's going to beat Cena for this title?
Rusev.
I really hope they bring back, what's his name? Kozlov. Vladimir Kozlov.
No.
Bring him back. They could be the Iron Curtain. There you go. Come on, they got to use that at some point. Seriously.
Yeah, it is right there.
Yeah, it's there. It's right there. No, yeah, but overall, I'm going to go with Rusev winning. I think that's a compelling story. Cena beating him again does nothing for me, does nothing for most fans, and at the end of the day, does nothing for Rusev.
You know, outside of my crazy Wyatt theory, you talked about how Cena winning does nothing for the title. I'm wondering, with the way they're setting up Ryback versus Rusev on SmackDown, Ryback would be an excellent contender for the U.S. title.
Agreed.
Feed me more goulash. Or is it borscht? Is that the Russian food?
Yeah, borscht is.
That I think Rob said was vile.
Yes, that is correct.
Probably.
Actually. That is correct. Yeah.
Remember Rob?
Yes, I do actually. Overall, I like this feud that they've got going on. But I really feel like if they put Rusev over, the story will be more compelling, the title will be more compelling, and overall Rusev will be better for it. If they let Cena win, then it's again we're in this streak of Cena winning. LOL, Cena wins, and the U.S. champion, the U.S. championship means nothing. They have an opportunity here to make it more interesting. So that's why I'm going with Rusev. All right, Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship, or will it be? So right now the rumor mill has been basically working overdrive, the Zone specifically. New rumor every day about where Daniel Bryan is, what's happening with Daniel Bryan. He was pulled from the European tour. Some have attributed it to a concussion. Others have raised fear levels up to make us think that Daniel Bryan is still not 100% healed from his neck injury from a year ago. It's really unsure where Daniel Bryan is, why he's not competing, if he's injured, what he's injured with. Nothing official has been really released by anyone. So,
well, barring the part where they said Daniel Bryan's health permitting, he will be facing Barrett for the IC title.
They said that on Raw?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they were rattling off the lineup for Extreme Rules, they did mention that.
Ah, hell.
Interesting. I missed that part. I'm curious what that means.
Probably that it's down to the wire whether he is healthy enough or not to compete.
But what do you do there? Do you think that this is legit at that point, or do you think that it's just WWE giving him some days off and he's going to be fine?
I think it might be both. I think the WWE is trying to keep the waters as muddy as possible until they themselves have a good idea. It just remains to be seen what would happen if he really isn't healthy enough. Like, would they just not have an IC title match? Would they strip him of the belt and have some kind of battle royal again to determine the next champ?
Or he just gets attacked backstage and they're just going to hold it off.
Yeah, I would almost hold it off at that point. Yeah. Or, there is the other option, and that is to have the match take place as far as the start of the match. Do your 18-second type thing where Daniel Bryan gets cheap shotted by Wade Barrett with the bull hammer, gets the quick pin, and the match is over.
Oh, that's kind of gross.
It is, but you could see it happening, couldn't you?
Totally.
They did it once. They could do it again.
So yeah, I'm torn on this. I almost feel like it won't happen, but if it does happen and Bryan is healthy, like 100% healthy, you got to keep the title on him. But if he's not, if he is not guaranteed healthy to move forward, then I think we need to just agree that WWE is making the right decision to take Daniel Bryan off of TV. Or taking the title off of Daniel Bryan. I know there would be a lot of fans unhappy like they were when he was stripped of the title, after WrestleMania last year. But, at the end of the day, if he's hurt, he can't compete. It is what it is.
I'm thinking if the match does happen, Daniel Bryan does retain. I'm with you, Garvin. If it doesn't, I think he'll get stripped and that there will be some sort of multi-man match, maybe a fatal four-way or some such. If that happens... Let's see, who would be in the running? Wade Barrett, obviously.
Wade Barrett, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, and R-Truth.
Well, listen. If that's the case, if Daniel Bryan can't make it, you can easily turn Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper into a qualifier match. Same thing with Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus.
Yeah.
And then have them, battle it out against Wade Barrett. So a triple threat match.
I could see that.
Possibly.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I like that there's like an unknown factor with this. I just wish it didn't involve whether or not Daniel Bryan was injured.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is really difficult to predict. For me, I don't actually have a prediction. I'm gonna have to say Wade Barrett. I mean, if Daniel Bryan's health is in question, Wade Barrett is your winner. But if this becomes a potentially triple threat match, or maybe you do bring up like R-Truth because we haven't seen him in a while. Stardust, we haven't seen him. You bring those guys back in. I'd still say Wade Barrett. Out of all those names, or Sheamus, maybe Sheamus. So, all right. Well, yeah. Let us know what you think, what you hear. If you hear anything, just reach out to us. Let us know. Definitely interested in hearing what you would do if you were booking this match based on the knowledge that we have right now. But that leads us into our main event: Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. It's going to be in a steel cage match. The RKO is banned, and well, realistically, the Authority is banned, except for Kane, who is your special guest gatekeeper. Joe, who you got?
Well, in this one, I've actually got Rollins. I think it's a little early for Rollins to lose the title. I think that Kane will try and screw him over. Well, I think we're going to get a Kane face turn where he's going to, Rollins is going to be escaping and Kane's just going to slam the door on him. But I think then somehow he's going to be taken out or taken, to the back, or somehow hindered in that so that Rollins can pick up a win. But yeah, I think we're going to see Rollins just because it's too damn early. And Orton's always better in pursuit than holding a title.
Yeah, I'm thinking Rollins will win as well. My guess is that he'll win inside the ring, hopefully with a new finisher. And I think we'll also get a Kane face turn out of that, probably when Rollins tries to exit the cage. I don't know, choke slam, tombstone, and then carry him out over his shoulder or something.
Yeah, I see Seth Rollins winning. I see this leading to a Kane versus Seth Rollins match at Payback.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah, I think overall, that's where they're going with this. I think that'll be perfectly fine. Like, I mean, I can see some storyline reasons why they wouldn't move forward with Kane, but at the end of the day, I appreciate the feud that they have started.
Would it be a slam your opponent in a cage door match or something like that? I mean, they Payback, and if Kane does slam the door on him, I don't know. I'm trying to think of weird ideas.
I'm betting it'd be a buried alive match.
Yeah.
Or lock
your final door slam.
Lock your dad in a freezer match.
Yeah,
but already won that.
But Seth Rollins, is your champion leaving Extreme Rules. Most likely, I can't see any reason why Seth Rollins wouldn't be your champion leaving Payback. You don't really have anyone else at that level. I can't. I mean, the thing is like Seth Rollins has been just killing it. He's fantastic in the role that he's playing. So yeah, I don't like. Normally you see WWE like trying to push a guy that's not over, but in this case, he is so over. You have to continue to keep the title on him. And then hopefully we get Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, because that'll be good.
Yep. He can phone in one of the 4 pay-per-views.
Yeah. So, overall, that is Extreme Rules. It looks like, I'm just going to run down this again. The New Day are going to be your new tag team champions. Dean Ambrose will defeat Luke Harper. Sheamus will defeat Dolph Ziggler. Roman Reigns over Big Show. Naomi is your new Divas champion. John Cena retains. Who knows? I have no idea even how to read out the Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett thing, just because we're all over the place, just not knowing what's happening here. Yeah. And then Seth Rollins retains. So that's Extreme Rules as far as our majority predictions go. So let us know how your predictions lie, if they're about the same. What's the match of the night, do you guys think?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's gonna be Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper.
Ooh.
I'm betting on the kickoff match.
That's a bummer for the entire show, isn't
Yeah.
I'm going to go with John Cena versus Rusev. I love myself a four corners match where they have to hit all four corners. I don't know. That's a gimmick that is so rarely used, but I think it can tell some compelling stories. Okay. Well, that is our WWE Extreme Rules pre-show. Let's go ahead and quickly talk about the week that was in WWE and TNA and all the rest by jumping into win, fail.
Women wrestlers aren't getting paid? Why do you do a job?
Here is your win.
You do any job,
And fail
is to fucking get paid!
of the week. Joe, what was your win of the week?
The amazing love for Fandango. Apparently he's now a face. You go to the UK, you become a face. It got it back his old music. He just stands there kind of dancing around but pointing to the air. I don't know. It's hilarious to me because I know somewhere Lee is creaming his pants.
I'm happy. I'm happy about it as well. Just saying.
Probably on Vicky's bed. LeeintheUSA.tumblr.com. Yeah, I actually like the fact that all of a sudden you go to the UK and bam. It happened for the Union Jacks too. Nobody cared for 3MB, but they got huge in the UK and they came back and people loved them.
Well, let's be fair. WWE didn't care for 3MB. The fans love 3MB.
True.
All right, Nick, your win of the week?
New day turn is my win. I've been waiting for this for so long, and it's finally happened, and Xavier Woods is brilliant at it. Get more, please.
Yeah, I definitely am with you. New Day definitely gets my win of the week. Lucha Underground this week was also pretty awesome. Listen to the review over on fanstalklucha.com. But yeah, overall, as far as a WWE standpoint, I love that this feels so organic, that WWE threw these guys out to see what kind of reaction they got. They obviously had an idea in mind by trying to push them face. They got the opposite reaction, and instead of trying to continue to force feed us that, they listened to the reaction and made a change on the spot, and I think that's great. So hopefully that is a sign of things to come. But yeah, that's a good move. Joe, your fail of the week.
My fail of the week was going to be, man, there are a lot of gimmick matches on this card. And then I went, no, it's Extreme Rules. So my fail of the week is me, for not realizing that there has to be something. Although I'm surprised we don't have a tables match. I know tables can be incorporated into other pay-per-views, other matches, but a straight up tables match.
That seems more like a TLC thing.
I know that, but I didn't say anything about chairs or ladders. I just said tables.
Or stairs.
No, that's TLCS.
Nick, your fail of the week?
Yeah, I mentioned it. Stop butting the bells on commentary. Learn already, please. And also, WWE, you assholes, stop teasing me with Fandango's music because I love his second theme, and you guys played that at the end of his match and then switched to the old one.
Very briefly, yeah.
You're such a fucking tease.
Oh, man. My fail of the week is, there's two things, and this is something that I've felt like the last few weeks. But Bo Dallas, the weight gain and like the total gloss over that it happened, is really weird to me. It's awkward. He's got this awkward baby fat that I don't know what to do with mentally. So that's a fail. Incorporate that somehow.
Description of Bo Dallas the person.
Yeah, just incorporate it somehow. Like say like you've been working out, acknowledge it so that I don't have to sit there and cringe. Like this isn't the Bo Dallas I remember. Miz versus Mizdow is my other fail of the week. I really felt, I was disappointed. I was really disappointed this week that this was the week that they did Miz versus Mizdow for the Miz brand. I mean, that's exactly the story that I wanted, but I feel like it's a missed opportunity to not do that at a pay-per-view. And it's also a missed opportunity that Mizdow lost.
Yeah, they really just mishandled this whole breakdown once Mizdow decided he was having no more of this.
It's like everything up until WrestleMania was awesome. Like everything felt great. Like the story progressed exactly how it should have. Sandow did awesome. Miz did awesome in how they put that story together. But WrestleMania, they failed. They failed to continue that story the way it should have been told. And for them to have a match on the following Raw, and then another match the next week on Raw, and then now this match this week on Raw, it's not telling the story that they should have moved forward with. So there was a very appropriate story. Sandow needed to get that push. And considering that Miz is taking time off, considering that Miz is your heel that everyone hates in a good way, I don't see how Sandow can really move forward appropriately from this point. So missed opportunity for sure. All right. Any final thoughts before we head out? I know it's been a bit of a short show this week, but we've got a few other things going on. So, any final thoughts?
I'm looking forward to watching this pay-per-view. I think it'll be fun. It'll be a little kooky, maybe. We've got the Daniel Bryan thing to consider. So yeah, should be fun.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Rob.
Dick.
You hit the nail right on the head.
You have a reference point for that?
Yeah, that's just all I got as far as WWE goes. TNA, we haven't talked about them at all this week, but outside of Fans Talk TNA, please check that out. I'm also looking forward to the Total Knockouts, or the TKO Night of Knockouts. Still not sure how to handle that. I'm really looking forward to the Dollhouse debuting, and the wrestler Cherry Bomb will also be there. I'm not clear on whether she's debuting as part of the Dollhouse or if she's their first victim.
That's not a spoiler, is it?
No, they've been advertising it like all over social media.
All right, thank you.
But yeah, either way, Cherry Bomb's a great wrestler. So are Jade and Marty Bell.
Yeah.
So however they're interacting with each other, it's going to be good.
Different Jade, Diva Jill. Just saying. Overall, I think TNA is doing some good things. They're doing some questionable things as always, but overall, check out fanstalktna.com. We do a secondary show about TNA, and I think it's pretty good. Nick thinks, I imagine you think it's pretty good, right, Nick?
It is wonderful.
Yeah. So definitely worth a listen. Also, Lucha Underground, we do a fanstalklucha.com. There's a show over there. It is very good as well. That's the wife and I. So
I listen to them both. I enjoy them.
Yeah. Good. Glad. And if you want to provide similar feedback to what Joe just did, please do so. You can reach out to us. You know how. Reach out to us. Let us know what you think about those two. But yeah, with that, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for being here. Let's continue the conversation over on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or wherever you are. Leave a rating and review if you can. Definitely spread the word. And for Nick, Joe, and all who have come here to talk wrestling, we'll see you next Tuesday. Later.